Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop, our medical program about all things scientifically proven to improve your performance.
Yeah, if you want to listen to the real doctors of running, we're learned doctors over here.
Exactly.
What are our degrees in?
Bullshit.
Yeah, we have a BS and BS.
BS. Yeah, now, honestly, people, we have talked about things in the past and brought up stuff. You have to understand, yes, this is a loose conversation between us, and none of us went to medical school.
Yeah, none of this is actual. What are the disclaimers?
Don't listen to us. Go see your doctor if you have real problems.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
If you probably do have real problems if you're listening to this podcast.
Side effects of listening to this podcast are explosive diarrhea, indigestion.
Definitely infertility. What is male dysfunction?
ED.
There's a lot of that.
Oh, boy.
All right.
That's like Beetlejuice. Don't say that 3 times.
Dude, did you ever try to do the Bloody Mary thing in the mirror? Did it ever work?
No, because I would always get scared on the third Bloody Mary. Yeah. I'd be like saying Bloody Mary as I ran down the hall.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'd never get that full. But I swear, when you're a kid, your imagination is so good.
Yeah.
Looking in that mirror, you do start to see something.
Dude, it makes me almost cry thinking about it right now. Did you? I've never done it because I can't even bring myself to say it once.
Well, I used to get scared because what we would do, you're supposed to go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Close the door. So you're in complete darkness. It's the one room in the house that doesn't have any windows usually. I mean, maybe your house does.
Okay, yeah.
And then you look into the mirror, which you can't see because it's pitch black. Mm-hmm. And you start it. You say, Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
And if you're not already getting nervous, you say it the second time.
Yeah.
That third time, I was already hand on the door.
Yeah, you're
ready to go.
She doesn't appear unless you're fully invested.
Well, the creepy thing is when you start opening the door, that's when a little bit of light comes in. So you start to see something in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this before, but even if I look at myself in the mirror, like in your actual eyes, that freaks me out just doing that. I don't like knowing myself that well.
Or just I know what he means. Like sometimes you can't, it's almost like you start to not see yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Try this, Meg. This is your version of Bloody Mary that I'm making you do. If you look at your eyes in a mirror, like, and really try to figure out like who's that person, it starts to freak you out. It's kind of like when you say a word too much and you're like, is that a real word? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean about that.
It's like that. You're like, am I a real person?
Well, that I do.
And this is like without drugs, by the way.
Between Thomas talking about what's the point of life, and you, I can't. This is too much, guys.
I had a little existential crisis.
When?
Like for the last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, welcome to my world.
like, what am I doing? Where is this going? What's the point? No, but the weird thing about that is I'm always fascinated by the consciousness of talking to yourself and realizing that you're talking to yourself and realizing that that is a second person living in your head talking to you and you understand it and can have a conversation back. That's a weird.
Yeah, it's like the Green Goblin in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and did you know that some people, did we talk about this before? I feel like I wanted to talk about this on the podcast forever, but do you know some people don't have thoughts in their heads? Like they don't have an internal conversation.
How's that possible?
You're not alive.
Like they don't, and when people have memory, like when they think of stuff, they don't see the pictures in their heads, like of everything happening.
Oh, that's the only way I see it, like a little movie.
Yeah, but people who don't. There's some people who just like recall things without seeing the movie.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
I think you're just making stuff up.
Like for real. Like I thought
I can't even comprehend how that would work. Like not having an internal voice.
If anyone thought that previously we were giving out educated information, now they know for real.
I mean, psychologically, you need that other voice just for your conscience.
Right. Do you have conversations in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, that's where guilt comes from.
Yeah.
It's you telling yourself that you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sometimes I have too many conversations.
Megan never hears that conversation.
It's like, what are you doing over there? What are you doing wrong?
Dude, that's the weird thing. Like, if I'm not doing anything wrong, my brain will make up something I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, and you'd like to create problems, for sure.
It'll create, if you're not doing something wrong, what do you mean by that?
My brain likes to solve problems. If there's no problem, my brain will make one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a way, that's probably just the human condition.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Welcome to our podcast on running.
Which I think that's the thing with running, though, to tie it back to running, why I don't have any problems not listening to music is because I can just entertain myself the whole time in my head.
Oh, but see, that's why I like listening to music sometimes, is so that I don't entertain myself in my head. Yeah.
I can't listen to podcasts on the run because I'll just end up zoning it. I'll just start thinking about, my head will take over and then I can't.
I used to like exclusively listen to podcasts, and then I don't know what happened. Like something changed and now I never do. But if I try to now, the same thing happens. It's like I'll get 15, 20 minutes into it and then I'll be like, wait, I'm not listening anymore.
Yeah. What do you think?
Hopefully that's not happening to people as they listen to this.
It doesn't. I mean, it honestly doesn't matter. We have. This is just noise.
Yeah. But the thing is, so for me, I listen to. It's funny because I don't normally listen to podcasts, but I wanted to listen to Durs on Pod Important or This Is Important, their podcast. First off, we don't have to worry about editing this at all. They spend hours talking about penises and anal bleaching and all that stuff.
They are like comedians. Though.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I was like, that's not us. That's not what we're talking about.
Well, maybe we should.
No.
Anyway, I just find that I run slower when I'm listening to a podcast than music. So music gets me pumping and a podcast gets me thinking, but maybe and I guess that's good for if you're trying to do zone 2 or
easy runs. Yeah.
Easy runs. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think about running while you're running?
Sometimes. Yeah. I always think about like if my legs feel heavy, how I'm breathing, that kind of stuff. And why does it feel like I'm running fast and I'm not? Yeah.
It's like this happened the other night when I was running on my long run. And like the first few miles, I was like, dude, this is okay. I'm like, this is good. But it was also like super humid and 85 degrees still. I mean, the sun was down, but I was feeling great. And then, it just turns.
What mile was it that it turned?
Like 4.
So you did a reverse warm up.
Yeah.
Did you think you went out a little too fast?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know if I didn't hydrate. You know what? It turned around because I took a Never Second.
Okay.
I don't even think it was one you gave me. I think it was one I found. Like,
wait, where were they giving them out? Yeah, where they were giving them out recently.
Oh, the Broken Arrow thing.
Oh no, you know what it was? It was the Dirt Circus.
Oh, okay.
Didn't they have them there?
Maybe. It wasn't from that.
Okay.
But so I did actually. That was the first time I ever took one of those.
They're good, right?
A little risky on a long run. They're pretty. I had the fruit punch one.
They're liquidy, right?
Yeah,
that's what
freaks
I like.
me. Oh, you like that?
See, I don't like the goo because it's thick.
Yeah,
I like it more liquidy.
I think it was just more surprising.
Did it work out okay?
Yeah, it was like a Jack in the Box in a gel packet form. I think it worked out. It actually did work out okay. I felt like I got my next wave of energy or whatever that almost, I should have taken another one maybe a little bit later, but that's the only one I had. And I felt pretty good for the next at least 5 miles.
That's good.
Yeah.
How long was the run?
It was, I think I did almost 11. It was supposed to be 10, but I wanted to get a little bit more. And I had like 2 miles of marathon pace, like 2 miles, like half mile break, 2 miles.
Dude, my pace is like, I'm supposed to be, he's not even assigning paces right now. He's just like run hard effort. Cause like, especially outside in the humidity and stuff like that, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself, I go through this every year and I forget every summer that I'm like, yeah, it gets real hard and it just doesn't feel good for like weeks at a time.
Yeah,
right,
months.
right now. So I had a pretty decent week of mileage last week, and I'd have to say maybe 10 miles out of the 56 felt good.
Dang, dude. That's not good odds. I would not go to the casino if I were you.
Yeah.
Or maybe I would. Maybe it would reverse the odds. Maybe you would actually, you're on a losing streak, so you get on a hot streak.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. The
put it
hot
all in
streak is
black.
coming. But like the other day I was running and I was like, I'm really moving today. Felt the wind in my hair. Same pace as all the other runs.
Yeah.
At least they felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like I was working harder.
That's half the battle.
Oh, yeah.
So Thomas and I were talking today because I've been doing all this traveling, and you guys have too. We've all been traveling a lot. And when I go to a hotel, I would never drink out of the sink. I don't know what it is, but like
Robbie does.
and also the hotels now, at least everywhere I've been, provide you with a few bottles of water. So I just use that, and I would never drink out of the sink, and it like grosses me out. But then back here in Baltimore, when I'm sweating profusely out on a long run, I will stop at any of the sketchiest looking water fountains and drink that water.
Dude, I was drinking.
And that can't be worse. I mean, better.
No, there's definitely.
But psychologically, I don't know what it is.
There is some.
desperation.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're just in a fight for your life, so you need to.
You know the turnaround for the faster bastards?
Yeah.
Like, you know me, I'm like, won't touch anything. I'm drinking out of a dirty hose that's laying in the mud on Rashfield.
Yeah.
You know that hose?
Does it taste like childhood hose water, or does it,
It
taste
does.
like Baltimore hose water?
Well,
Childhood hose water is the best tasting water you could ever like experience.
it tastes like hose water. I don't know. I don't know what era.
Dude, I need to hit that hose up.
But I was like, it was so hot on Saturday that I started using the hose to like cool myself off.
Right.
And I went to hit like underneath my neck, and somehow I splashed up and the water went up my nose.
Yeah.
And then, you can't get that water out.
Yeah. That's like being you waterboarded yourself in a Baltimore hose.
I did.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the bathroom sink. There is, even for me, there's still like this. I think part of it is that the water never gets cold. I don't know.
That's true.
Like, I think that's a big thing in some sinks. That hotel we were at in California, dude, that water, I don't know why, but it never got cold. In the sink.
I never drank that water.
But even just like, okay, well, yeah, I was drinking that water.
Wait,
And it
there
was
was, like,
so annoying because.
Yeah, but even like the Baltimore City fountain, like that stuff's warm and disgusting.
true, yeah.
But I'm still willing to drink it.
You're desperate at that point, though. You're out on the run.
I think because it's designed for drinking, like it's a water fountain for drinking versus a sink. Almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They should just make sinks in hotels look like water fountains.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I used to see that ad where they flip a little thing over the top and it'd shoot the water up, so it was more like a drinking fountain.
Oh, yeah.
In a bathroom sink?
Ooh, I made more Instagram purchases, by the way. But before we leave the hotel and the water thing, here's another thing at hotel. How much shampoo and conditioner you use at home versus how much you use when you're at a hotel.
Are you saying the levels are different?
Yeah, like at home, I'll squeeze out just a little bit, just as much as I need. But if I'm at a hotel, I'll blast that shampoo.
Really?
I'll do a whole handful of shampoo, whole handful of conditioner.
No way.
Yeah, I'd be like, let's go.
Looks like you're coming out of a car wash.
My
Are you
haircut-
using the body lotion that you don't
Oh,
normally use
yeah.
at home?
Yeah, body wash.
Well, how about the robe?
No, I don't use a robe. I'm not a robe
I
guy.
love a hotel robe.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes it definitely. But you're a robe person at house.
Yeah.
I'm not-
I like robes.
Yeah, I don't generally do the robe, but it's nice when you do it. It makes you feel like you're rich.
Is
Especially
there-
if they have like that big white one and it's like
Yeah.
very comfortable.
Is there a gender difference in robes, or is it just like?
I think the pee hole is the same for everyone. You just both go the same way. We stayed at Sagamore once.
Yeah.
Because it was like the dead middle of February,
Sure.
and it was they had like a deal going on for one night, and the robes there were legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Because like I'd never stay in a hotel like that.
Well, they sell the robes.
Comfort Inn and Suites. The robes there were just
I don't-
left over
I'm
by
not-
the last.
Terry Cloud.
I'm not using the robes there.
Yeah, Comfort Inn is just flannel. It's like whatever the last meth user used to stay there was wearing a flannel
Summer
robe.
shirt. Yeah.
Dude, do you ever see, what's the deal with, like, if you ever see kind of like a crazy person walking down the street,
Yeah.
why do they love wearing flannel pajama pants?
That is a good question.
Like in bunny slippers? Like, what is
It's
that?
comfort.
May, do you remember the guy we saw the other day that looked like he was trying to sit down?
Yes.
Yeah. I was telling Robbie about that guy.
He was in jeans.
That corner, there's like a 4-way corner over there that is just, there's got to be a house or
You gotta be
something.
more specific in Baltimore.
Yeah. The one up by the old Canton Car Wash.
Oh, okay.
The one that's not the Canton Car Wash anymore. That little cross section,
Yeah.
I think that's Holabird and Boston or whatever.
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell. Yeah. There's something going on there because like that's where that lady tried to get in my car. That dude was this dude.
I'm just imagining a Happy Gilmore, like the Mista lady, where she's like, Mista, get me out of here. Is that what happened?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, man.
The weird thing about the flannel pajamas, though, is that like that's not uncommon to see at BWI either,
That's actually true.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe just everybody's wearing flannel pajamas except for us.
It's specifically BWI.
I'm not
Like
saying I never owned a pair in my life, but
that's like you have like one pair from that Christmas card, then the whole family was like, "You gotta take the photo. We all gotta be matching."
exactly.
Well, that's okay. So as long as we're at airports, I can't do short sleeves or shorts on a plane.
Or open-toed shoes.
Yeah. And I see people, and for me, I don't, it's also like a cleanliness thing. Like I don't want to get like SARS from the armrest
Yeah.
or something like
That's
that.
definitely how that works.
Right. Chicken pox.
Yeah. Rickets. So I like to cover myself. And you always start to freeze. I know that they're doing all these stories now where people are cooking on the tarmac in the planes, but
That's what freaks me out a little bit. Like I would normally want to be a shorts person, but it's the idea of that possibly happening
which part?
in the dead of summer, like sitting on the tarmac and cooking.
Yeah.
That's like the most uncomfortable feel. We talked about this when I was like the airport hot is the worst kind of hot you can be.
Wait, the airplane hot or
Well,
airport?
Airport hot and then airplane hot is even worse.
Okay, yeah.
Traveling heat.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it when you're in an airport? It's just like a gross hot.
Because you're stuck in there, like you know there's nowhere to go.
I think
There's
it's
no
also
ventilation.
the air. The air is different in there.
Yeah.
There's too many like bodies
And humans.
emanating heat.
And again, many of them are dressed like they are living on the streets or
I'm just like
getting out of bed.
Have some respect for yourself, you know? Like it bothers me that it doesn't bother you.
Well, so do you like it if you see someone, like I'd say a typical outfit now that we would see would be maybe an oversized sweatshirt, the
For sure.
flannel pajama bottoms,
Yep.
and a pair of like slippers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
The slippers really seal the deal.
Like it looks like you're going to go watch Netflix on your couch.
yeah, I feel like it should just be like Spirit Airlines terminal only. This is the dress code.
Hey, you know how they had a glitch that shut down all the flights?
Yeah.
Megan got home.
I was going to say, did that affect you?
It was the craziest scene I've ever walked into. Like
Really?
we didn't know what was happening at all. We were just, it was
I
early in
thought
the
she was
morning.
exaggerating. Then I saw photos.
And we like got dropped off at Boston Logan, and Megan went one way and I went the other because she was Delta and I was Southwest. And so I'm like walking to this terminal and I'm coming down the escalator and I just see humans and luggage everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh no.
Did they have the blue screens of death on the thing?
What's that?
You know, when the computer just shut down, it just says,
Oh, no, but when you looked up on any
The
of the
bounce-
boards
the
where it was
bouncing.
like departures or arrivals, it was just like canceled, 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 delayed,
okay,
delayed.
I have a crazy thought. I know we don't get into politics here,
Oh, jeez.
but if Biden was a robot, we haven't seen him since the glitch.
You think
Maybe he
was
glitched.
the glitch.
Maybe.
Dude, this is the blue screen of death.
Oh,
Let me see it.
So-
there was probably some out
So
there.
it was
Yeah.
on a lot of airports had those on like the check-in screens and stuff.
So ironically, my Southwest flight, unaffected.
No way.
They
Yeah.
said Southwest hasn't updated their Microsoft
Checks out.
in like years.
That actually
Yeah.
would probably
That
be why.
saved them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, made it, didn't even have a delay. And meanwhile, there's like
really?
people all over the airport, just like miserable. There's kids screaming, being like, "We've been here for 4 hours."
According to
and I had
Inside,
no issue.
according to Inside Edition, one bachelorette party rerouted themselves from going to Miami to Las Vegas.
So they just stayed in Las Vegas?
They got a car and drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
That doesn't seem so bad.
That's not that bad. That people run that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the speed project.
Yeah.
In a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Much faster.
That's like a better way to do the speed project.
And also, like The Hangover, they drove from LA to Las Vegas.
That's a pretty common thing to do, right?
Yeah.
How long of a drive is that?
I think
was
it's
just-
2.5 hours.
It's 4.
4.5 hours.
Okay.
4 hours.
Yeah.
In college, we would drive from like basically Pittsburgh to Niagara Falls to go to the casino. So that was like 2.5 hours. I think.
Why wouldn't you just go to Atlantic City?
It's close. Atlantic City's like 6 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it's like no, longer than that. It's like takes like 6 hours to drive across Pennsylvania. So
It's a weird state.
yeah, it's pretty big. You don't think about it, but
Yeah, there's somebody was talking about something the other day in Pennsylvania. I was like, huh.
was it me?
I'd like to check that
Probably
out.
me.
It's definitely Robbie.
Raleigh.
But because Niagara Falls, you could drink and gamble when you were 18.
Oh, because Canada?
Yeah, so you could go up there when you're in college. I think you could drink. You could definitely gamble. Of course, I had $15 to my name, so
Got
it's
you
kind
pretty
of a-
far.
Short night.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about, like, that was like my dad. He's like, hey, you should always carry a $100 bill with you. I was like, from where? Where's this $100 bill come from? He's like, you never know. There could be an emergency. You should always carry a $100. But I was like, Dad, if I had $100, there'd be gas in my tank.
Right. Why don't you give me one?
Yeah. Could you show me one?
I will carry it until next week, and then you can give me another
No,
one.
it would have been spent on a Red Hot Chili Pepper CD and a full tank of gas.
Yeah, and that's true because CDs back then were like $25. If you think about it, it's crazy.
They were like
that.
$12.99.
Dude, at the wall, CDs were $20 for
Yeah.
sure.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was in the late 90s, so it's like $40 today. Could you imagine paying $40
Dude.
for a CD?
Well,
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
crazy.
thing. I used to buy music, and if I didn't like the CD, I would force myself to listen to it. And sometimes you would turn around. Sometimes you'd listen to it the first couple times through, and you're like, I really only like the one song that I bought it for. And then sometimes you'd be able to like force yourself to re-listen to it, and then you finally start to like the rest of the album, which I don't think we do anymore.
No. I mean, I don't even do that, and I consider myself a lover of music.
Yeah. Have you heard of Carter Vale?
I have.
He's probably one of my new favorite artists.
Yeah, I haven't listened to him. But I was gonna say, yeah, you were so invested because you paid that money. You can't take
Yeah.
it back, so
And-
you just have to learn to love it.
I could probably afford one CD a month.
Yeah,
So it was like I remember like if I was flush, like if I was working, and I remember like one time I think I bought 9 Inch Nails and a Red Hot Chili Peppers CD at the same time.
yeah,
And I was like, yeah, I got music for days.
right, yeah, yeah. It would be like that,
It was.
and that was before you could burn CDs. So
No, you could burn CDs.
if you're
But-
rich,
Well, actually, it was before I wasn't using LimeWire, and LimeWire killed every computer I used it on.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But it was so good.
dude. It's like any song had a code inside of it to destroy Windows. Like it was, they all came with that. Like so many viruses.
Wouldn't it be funny if that outage was somebody downloading?
Yeah.
LimeWire.
And then you always had to scramble for new like pirating software, Pirate
Yeah.
Bay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kaza. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Pirate
gave,
Bay was more
I
for
gave up.
movies.
I probably, the one I feel the most foolish about, it's like now, like I purchased Spotify and I pay for a family membership, and it's like, I don't know, $15 a month or something like that. And which seems like, when you look at these subscriptions, that seems on the higher end. But I'm like, I have access to everything. I used to buy like 2-3 CDs a month.
Yeah.
And then when Apple came out with the songs, the 99-cent songs, I used to buy albums. Like I probably spent thousands of dollars on Apple
Oh,
Music when it first came out.
easily.
Because I just didn't want the virus. I didn't want to do the LimeWire. I was like, it's
Yeah.
safe. I can get the song I want. And they gave you a free song every week.
Yeah.
All right, first check-in. Sometimes running just sucks. I can't even tell you. There's a gold, silver lining to that. It's just hard, but you just have to keep doing it. So I'm proud of you if you're getting out there and following the miles and doing it, even though it's not like something that you're waking up going, oh, excellent, I get to go for a run today. It's the middle of summer. It's going to feel that way. You guys know what is very important, especially in this heat, is keeping inflammation down.
Mm-hmm. Recovery. So we can get back out there, do it again.
So what have you been using?
Cherubundi.
Mm-hmm.
Very cold Cherubundi after a hot run. There's not much better.
That's facts, as they would say.
Also facts, it reduces inflammation. It helps you sleep better and helps you recover faster.
All of those things. Robbie, you're real into sleep now, aren't you?
I'm into sleep.
Yeah,
I'm doing my best. I don't know how. Honestly, I haven't taken it in the last week, and I've been regretting it.
All right,
so I'm getting back on the cherry train.
Will you take the one with the melatonin in it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you the sleep box.
All right.
I was going to say tart cherries are also the most antioxidant-rich superfruit and the only superfruit to contain natural melatonin. So even if you don't take the one with melatonin, it'll help you sleep.
Sick. All right, I'm in. I'm back on the cherry train.
All right.
How do
Can
people
we call it
get
that? Can we tell people to get on the cherry train?
What about the Bundy train?
Cherry bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Bundy boat.
If you guys want to get on this good stuff, whatever we want to call it, go to cherubundi.com. Use the code THEDROP for 20% off.
Yeah, when Best Buy used to sell CDs for like $9 because they wanted to get you in the store, so they take the hit on they wouldn't make money off it. But I would buy 2 or 3 CDs a week or something. It was ridiculous.
I don't know where they are now, but I used to have the books of CDs.
Think about that. Think about how much thousands of dollars you spent and where, what happened. That's just gone.
Well, now it's all on Spotify for $14.
Yeah.
It's gone.
But my books of CDs and then all the accessories. You had that tape deck that you stuck in your tape deck so you could play your CD, and then you had the books to carry your CD. There's a whole
economy.
Yeah, the same thing with iPhone cases and shit, stuff like that.
I had a friend who got an inheritance from his grandpa of a lot of money, a decent chunk of change. And he spent half of it on building a DVD collection.
Oh no.
He had this insane library of DVDs.
What's he doing now?
Yeah. I think he's like a missionary or something. So just trying to recoup all that money by not doing anything.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's funny because I see those red box DVD things outside of stores. I'm like, who still has a DVD player? Then my boys were like, yeah, we have a DVD player.
They'll probably come back.
Yeah.
No, you think?
I don't know. I mean, think about record players and even.
Yeah, but generally
I think
people
cassette tapes are back.
Yeah. They're making a comeback.
Okay.
Bands will have put out cassette tapes now. As a release.
That's another one so talk about wasting money on music. So when I started listening to music, I had a record player. So I bought everything. I had Tears for Fears on 45. Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah.
General Public, all that on album. I had the biggest album collection. I did that at Columbia Records, 99 cents for 10.
And just kept changing your name and address.
I had lots of records. And then I was started being more mobile as a teenager. So I was like, I need a cassette player. So everything started going to cassette, and I had milk crates of cassettes.
Dude, yeah.
And then
you went through all the phases.
And then it went to CD. And then, and I've spent money on music. I probably spent more money than any other entertainment form.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's just gone.
Yeah.
Just all gone. What even happened to all your vinyls?
I'm sure my cassettes just went in the garbage. I'm sure the vinyl went in the garbage.
Where did it go?
Well, so I moved from California to the East Coast. I'm sure that it just was in a box, and then someone was just like, oh, you know what? Some of it probably went to where you sell records and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But yeah, the cassettes, man, what a waste of money.
That'd be cool if you could track where all those things went to. You could find where they are now.
They're probably in the landfill.
Maybe it's in someone's
Yeah, you don't know. There's some hipster kid listening to a bunch of my cassettes.
Sure.
I don't know.
Listening to Smith's Louder Than Bombs on cassette.
Anyways, but yeah, if we could, I mean, I could talk about that for hours.
I feel like we haven't actually officially announced the fall marathon we're all racing.
Oh, let's do it.
Really? Okay.
It's going to be exciting.
I mean, we're going to be at several of them, but we're all running Berlin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All. Then when we say all, that's Carl, that's Robbie, it's Megan, myself, and we're bringing Aubrey, and I know other players that are going to be there.
And Megan.
Oh, and Megan Featherson. And we're also going to have 40 Runs is going to be there. Kafuzi's going to be there.
I didn't know that.
Drew Whipcomb's going to be there.
And
Tommy
it's the
Runs is
50th
gonna
anniversary,
be there.
which is
I
pretty,
didn't know that
pretty
either.
cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we all get a BMW for
I think that's how it works. I think
running
you
it?
leave with a car.
sick? They should do prices right rules for the marathon. Like if you get under your time.
Do you know what's
find the
crazy about it being the
closest.
50th anniversary?
What?
That at some point it had to be West, only in the West.
Was that? Oh, it's talking about like West Germany.
Yeah, because it like
Which was the good side?
50 years ago it was in the 70s or something.
So
and-
East was the communist side.
Yeah. East, and so like I wonder if the course is the same or
You're right.
different.
I have no clue about geography of European countries, so I couldn't even tell you.
Well, that was evident for me when we went to Italy, and I thought Venice was going to be down towards the tip of the boot, and Venice happens to be pretty northern.
Right. You're right. Yeah. I just assume nothing exists up there.
Yeah, in the socket.
Yeah. So West Germany, they were like partying, or what were they doing?
I mean, they were exploring digital music and leather outfits.
So then East Germany was like you had to like sneak stuff in and stuff.
Yeah, like that was it was basically Russia.
That's just like the concept of that is so
Can
crazy
you
to think
imagine
about.
living in this city? And
Right.
half the city was a total different government and regime.
I could actually imagine that in a little bit because East and West Baltimore,
Yeah,
some people would never, there's people who live in, who've never been to the other side of the city.
I try not to.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have you been to West Baltimore? I've been there like 5 times.
Yeah, it's probably like that.
I forgot that the Berlin Marathon also has that tradition of doing the skating the day before.
Rollerblading.
So they rollerblade the course on Saturday.
What?
And Megan was saying they do it like super fast.
Yeah.
So we have to go watch that,
Oh, I
obviously.
thought we were going to do that too.
I
mean-
believe, Graham Peck, his dad, did the rollerblade and then the marathon the next day.
That's bold.
When did that, like, that's a carryover from the 90s? It has to be because why
That's true. I don't
Why
know
would
when
anyone
that started.
have that idea?
It's amazing. I think everyone should do it.
I don't know.
That's way better than the costume.
That seems like a
situation.
trend that
Yeah.
just hung on too long. Are you kidding? I love the London Marathon costumes.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's amazing.
I hate the Guinness record thing.
I just don't like getting passed by someone wearing like something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's why I don't want to be embarrassed by a banana.
Yeah. A banana's not that bad. It's when
Yeah.
you get passed by like a giant thing,
Like a dishwasher or something.
like a Big Ben or something like that.
A banana actually seems like a runnable costume. I mean, that dude, what's his name? Matt Seidel ran like, what did he run? 220, 230 in it or something?
Yeah. If you were going to pick a costume, and none of us can duplicate, and I'll start with Robbie, what would be your costume to run in?
Oh, a running costume?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has to be like a trash can or a raccoon would be.
Wait, are you
freaking
not
sweet.
thinking about performance here?
I'm thinking performance too.
I mean,
Oh.
that's a terrible idea
Then a
for
raccoon.
performance.
Okay.
A raccoon costume would be. I'm not gonna do. You can't say something like, "Oh, a painted person."
No, but like Wardian did Spider-Man, and that's a pretty good one because it's basically just
Yeah,
not, spandex.
I think you had to actually. So you're saying, just it can be anything.
Yeah.
I still like the idea of a raccoon, but
Would you do a raccoon, but like a skin suit?
yeah, how, like a salamander that looks like a raccoon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what would be? Well, what would you do?
I'm not sure. I was gonna wait and see.
Oh, you're
see
still
what you
thinking.
guys. Yeah,
I mean, I think I would do like the classic Wonder Woman.
the Wonder Woman's great for
Yeah.
for especially for a woman because your face isn't covered.
And then
You can breathe.
and you feel like you're a superhero, and it's pretty decent costume for running.
Like I would think Superman's okay, but the cape would start to bother you after a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing like Harry Potter, but the robe would be
Yeah, the robe would
not work, or a broom between your legs.
Yeah.
You think you're carrying that the whole time? Maybe you could like attach stuff to it like a bottle, and it could be beneficial. I don't know.
If I was chasing a snitch the whole time, that would actually be helpful.
There you go.
Like if someone had a drone that
And
was
people
like
were
a
throwing
gold
bulgers at you or what are they?
bludgers,
Bludgers
yeah.
at you.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty good for getting a PR in a marathon.
It would. Like what would be amazing. So you have augmented reality in your sights.
Yeah.
You have the snitches going the pace that you want to run the marathon.
Yeah.
And so it's like floating right above you and you're trying to get it.
Related, have you ever? This sounds super nerdy, but have you ever like just found a golf ball on your run or something, and then throw that in the air, and then you got to like go catch it, and you keep doing that?
No.
While you're running,
Yeah,
that's like the dude who juggles.
Or the dribbling basketball guy.
Yeah.
yeah, but it actually, I've done that before. It was like not really in public. There weren't many people around because it's embarrassing, but it's actually pretty sweet because like if you're focusing so much on catching the ball that you can run, you almost like sprint. So you're running fast and you grab it and you throw it again. And it takes your mind off the whole running.
So you would love, like, say that you could be in a dog costume, like if the guy at the park throwing it.
I'm in.
All
I'll
right.
do it. Yeah. It is distracting though. You don't think about the running so much because you're trying to catch a object.
That is true.
I don't know. Just saying.
It makes sense. Yeah, it's a distraction.
I don't think in a race that's a great idea. Like it'd be
Probably
pretty.
not.
You
Yeah.
spend half the time apologizing.
Well, you could just pick people to be the ball. You'd be like, that's the ball.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what you're doing, and you're trying to pass people, I guess, or towards the end of a race. Trying to feel good when you're feeling good. That's always nice when that happens. Feeling good, and you're like, I just got to get that person.
Even
person.
when I'm doing my easy runs, usually I'll see someone 100 yards in front, and you're just like, I think I'm going to catch them.
Yeah.
You just slowly reel them in.
I'm always like, if I'm doing a workout and you run past someone fast, you know how people are like, oh, that's just a dude trying to like show off, like, because he's passing a
Yeah.
woman. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just want you to know.
I know I am cautious when I'm passing a woman. It's like, you got to be like, I'm not being that dude.
Yeah. I'm legitimately like trying to, like, I have to do this.
I have to do this.
Like, I'm not.
You just don't want to do it when there's like 10 feet left at a race.
Well, it's the worst though if you're doing a workout and you're like doing your slow, your rest rep.
Oh, yeah.
So then you're like
Yeah.
behind them and you're
The
coming
accordion.
up, and then when it hits, then you're like take off. So you look like a douche.
So, speaking of looking crazy, Lynn ran into
Oh yeah.
Travis Barker.
wearing a Robbie Redinger.
Well, we should reset that because if nobody knows what you're talking about,
It's
that
like a
makes no
musical.
sense.
This is a musical.
Travis
episode.
Barker has created a series called Run Travis Run. They're events held in parking lots.
Who's Travis Barker?
He's from Blink 182.
What instrument does he play?
The drums.
Okay.
Oh wow, Megan. I thought he had you there for a second.
And it feels like it's taking off. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm wondering if these are now the new like color runs or or what's the one where you jumped over a fire?
Oh, like the
Spartan.
no,
races
these feel different than that. But I did notice that Travis went from being decked out in all on clothing and shoes to decked out in all New Balance clothing and
Oh,
shoes.
really?
He's sponsored by New Balance
Yeah.
now.
No way.
Did you
Yeah.
see the sponsors he's got? Dude, that dude drummed up.
It's not hard.
large
Nice.
amount
It's
of-
nice. Sorry.
A large amount of quality sponsors.
Where did you see that at?
Someone sent me like it's either the back of the shirt or something like that. But yeah, New Balance is one of the sponsors of Run Travis Run.
Also,
I
Robbie,
guarantee you there'll be a Run Travis Run sneaker collab. Like he'll have his own. Because I mean, if they're doing it for who's that musician? The who's the guy who's kind of big? And I don't mean popular. I mean big. Like
In what
size?
In what space?
Are you talking about?
Action Bronson.
Yeah, Action Bronson. He has like 3 sneakers. The other guy, I'm so good with the musicians here.
Wait, I want to go back to Robbie. You asked me who Travis Barker was, and I want to know what you said if I said Kourtney Kardashian's husband. Because that was my second answer.
That's amazing. Yeah, that works too.
Okay.
That is true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we bashed it before, but now I'm a little more.
I don't think we bashed it.
I hope we didn't.
I don't think we did at all.
I was just wondering, like, is this a straight money grab? But it seems like he's really passionate about it.
My thing is I'm just wondering, like, what's the longevity? And I guess it doesn't matter if it has longevity or not. But what's the longevity? Because now you're seeing Diplo is also jumping in with.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was already running marathons.
No, but now he's doing basically the same thing as Run Travis Run, but it's you run in a parking lot kind of situation.
Like,
and then
does a set afterwards.
Yeah,
or something?
then they get to now we dance.
Yeah.
Second check-in. Yeah, I'm a real downer again on the running. It's so hot and I feel so sluggish and my paces feel so slow and it doesn't matter how hard I try. It just seems like I'm like running uphill all the time. But this is the work that you put in. And right now, if you don't remember how it feels when you get into the fall and those temperatures drop and then all of a sudden 20, 30 seconds off your mile time, easy money. So do the work now so that it feels good in the fall.
Okay, Thomas, let's talk about our sponsor, Element.
I'm so addicted to this stuff. I don't know how it happened. When I first started drinking, I was like, it's too salty. And now I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, so they now have Element Sparkling, which comes in cans. It's the same zero sugar electrolyte formula that was in the powder, but now it comes in a can with bubbles.
And we've been doing that before they even had the cans. We started mixing the powders with like seltzer.
Yeah, and it's perfect during the summer when the temps are rising, you're sweating more, you need to replenish those electrolytes, especially sodium, which Element is known for having a bunch of. So our listeners can get a free Element sample pack with the purchase of any mix order. Just go to drinkelement.com/thedrop. Okay, see, we got to work on getting 2 friends with us and partnering and getting that going.
It's interesting. Yeah,
And when she says
seriously.
2 friends, it's a band or
DJs
DJ.
rather.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I was looking up, see the experience. Okay, so I'm looking at Mind Body Barker. So on the website, it does say like sponsors. It doesn't really have the sponsors until you, like there's nowhere on the site until you go to Mind Body Barker, which is, I guess, the whole experience of it. They do have some big ones.
Give me some of the good
Red
ones.
Bull.
Red Bull, Gator. How are all these in the same? Red Bull, Gatorade, Liquid Death.
Oh, interesting.
Water, electrolyte drink.
Hyper Ice, New Balance, Ketone IQ, Noble. Okay?
Noble because, it's now Brady.
Oh, outside.
Tom Brady's in it.
Outside Magazine,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rolling Bagels. That's what I'm interested in, and a bunch of other ones. Chirp Wheel.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that's cool. Anyways, our friend Lynn, who has run Boston, what else?
He runs with us all the time. He's Brooklyn half. He ran with us in Low. He ran with me the year before at the Brooklyn half. We ran New York City Marathon together. We've run Boston
Yeah,
together.
he's almost an honorary member of
Yeah.
Believe in the Run, if that's such a thing. And he had one of the Robbie Raccoon signature hats sold out, by the way. No big deal. And
Are we even sold up of the big guys?
yeah,
Are you sure? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Pretty positive.
You might want to check with Helen before you're
Okay.
saying that nobody can get any because there might be 1 or 2 left. of the large. You got to have a large noggin though.
Yeah. Let me check. But I thought for sure that was, it's sold out. Anyway, so he showed up the race with a Legionnaire. And if you've seen any of the photos of Travis Barker running these races, he has basically a poor man's Legionnaire.
Said he got it from Temu.
Which is, I think that was a joke.
Oh.
It's a bandana under a hat of his. But it's like, dude, you're so close. You're so close to rocking a real Legionnaire.
It looks like
and
a
looking
Legionnaire.
cool. He could do it.
Subjectively.
Yeah. Okay. We'll agree to disagree on that one. And so Lynn, I don't know how he got next to Travis Barker.
All he had to do was run a pace. Like, so.
No, but he was there like before.
Oh, he said he jumped.
I think he got through security somehow.
Yeah, he jumped the security, which.
Yeah, because remember we were looking up and you have to like pay
Like
VIP money to go get a photo with him.
When you say you bash, I don't think we bash. I think that we were commenting on the price structure was pretty nuts.
Yeah, you're probably right. So I guess Lynn somehow got next to him and took a selfie with Travis in the
Pretty epic.
Legionnaire.
And allegedly, Travis said,
asked where he got the Legionnaire. And I don't know. Obviously, it's like at the start line. There's not like anything.
Megan was like, why didn't Lynn just take off the hat and give it to him?
Dude, Lynn, I would have put you on the team for life if you would have. Like tradesies, little start line tradesies.
Yeah. The only problem is that it seems like Travis likes black.
Yeah. We have to come up with an inverted color scheme.
If I'm Fractal, I'd be like,
I told him.
Calling, Travis Barker's team, being like, look, custom.
Free, whatever.
Yeah.
Just, we'll do it. I told him. So maybe they will. But yeah, so he ran the race and he did actually then run next to him for a hot second or whatever.
Did you watch any of the footage of the race?
You mean like on the Instagram reels?
Wait, is this an actual race or is it just a group run?
It's a 5K.
Oh, it's a 5K.
Like you get a bib and a time. And
Yeah.
Okay.
And it took off. But it's large, but it's not like
Oh, that's right. We
like
looked up results.
insane. So I saw the start, and I think that Lynn just
rolled up
on him because he said that Travis did a 20-minute flat.
They ran the race and it looked like he had a fun time.
Maybe as they grow, they'll switch this up. Meg was like, "Why are they doing it in parking lots?" Because they did it at Citi Field,
right
in the parking lot. But I'm like, all the vendors are set up there.
Well, does the concert happen inside the stadium after?
Does he do a concert?
No, it's just there's like a DJ and stuff, but no, it's in the parking lot.
Oh, so they don't use the stadium at all?
No, it's just the parking lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So how many? I guess it's a few loops of the parking lot.
Around the perimeter and then back.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map right now.
But yeah, so that was the run, Travis run. So close.
Like, how did New Balance get in there so quick?
I mean, they had to beat off On, so they're
What?
Beat on off.
beat off On.
Yeah. I don't think they have to.
Wait, why are they beating off on?
You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Win over Travis? Is that a better way to say it?
Yeah.
Beat on to the punch?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Or keep on from getting close?
No.
Well, I thought he was already working with On because he was decked out in all On gear before that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed they were sponsoring him.
I think the man just likes triple black. And he probably saw some all black ons. He's like, that's me.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool to wear.
We're going to see a bunch of triple black this year. I think this is the year of triple black. And in the past, I've always thought it was the grossest thing ever. It looks like, restaurant worker.
Yeah, service industry style.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but something that you get so that it hides dirt or doesn't get dirty. But we're going to see Chris Chavez posted his triple black Super Blast today, which is a fall color. They must have been like, we're out of Chris Chavez size. Let's get him whatever we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he posted something like that. But I think that this is the year of triple black. And when I was talking to a friend who's in the industry, he was telling me that you'd be surprised. Triple black is like one of their top sellers. He's like,
Right.
yeah.
I don't know. I think people just, it's like Mark Zuckerberg's wardrobe. Like you just, it's the same color hoodie for every day. Like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Just put it on. Pretty much goes with anything.
Yeah. What I think we should do is outfit the Faster Bastards with triple black and then do a grimy video of triple blacked out,
Yeah.
tattooed dudes running around.
I like it. So do you see that Instagram reel where there's someone in Utah and they're stuck in traffic and they're like, oh, just day seeing an Olympic athlete run by you as you're stuck in traffic in a construction zone.
Who ran by?
It was Connor Mance.
Oh, wow.
And they're just like running past like down the road. And which I guess Clayton Young wasn't with him. And I thought they were like Siamese twins. Like, like you just like, I've never seen them not
Not
together.
running together.
That is weird.
But he was, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if there's any other sport where like you're just out in public and you see an Olympian competing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of other sports that run along roads.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's
It
the
would
same thing
be
with
like-
running where it's like, what other sport can the amateurs line up
Yeah.
with the
Pros.
best of the best? In the
Certainly
world?
boxing.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
I'm sure they would take people.
I mean, Jake Paul, close enough.
I was watching the guy that's going to be the U.S. fencing champion, and he's going to Paris. Like, it's insane. Like, he was doing moves that, like, I can't help but think of, like, either medieval times or, like a Gladiator or Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing stuff like where he's like, okay, what are you going to do? And the guy went to go stab him, and he just does this move where he just, like, flipped his arm behind him and stabbed the guy in the chest.
Oh,
I'm like,
cool.
he would embarrass you, like, if you were, like, a fighter in the old days.
Dude, could you imagine if there's some sort of crazy apocalypse and, all bullets are expended, everything go, and this guy's like, dude,
I got this.
He'd be
like-
Highlander.
yeah, like I'm now at the top of the food chain.
With his foil.
Yeah, but he could probably do Fruit Ninja type stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just that in the air.
Dude,
Like, does a foil seamlessly? Can you transition into katana? Like,
yeah, I would guess that it would still work. I'm sure there's a little difference in the technique, but the fact that you know how to avoid getting stabbed and then know how to stab is probably a pretty useful talent.
In this
Like,
apocalyptic
I
world.
feel like
Yeah.
he would be somebody that wouldn't kill you quickly. He would embarrass you in front of people.
Oh.
Like, you'd try to stab him, and he'd, like, just nick you on the arm and then
That's the best kind.
cut you across your forehead.
Oh, jeez.
And just, like, play with you until
yeah, it's like a cat messing around with a snake or something.
exactly, and just wham.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive. How psyched are you to go to Paris?
Pretty psyched. Yeah, I just don't even know what to expect.
I saw the volleyball court under the Eiffel Tower, which we are apparently going to, that we have tickets to. Mm-hmm. Dude, it looks like I would just sit in that stand. Like, you know how, like, Oriole Park,
Yeah.
Camden Yards is a place worthy of just, even if there's no baseball, you could grab a couple beers and just sit in the stands, and it's
Yeah.
like a beautiful spot.
Yep, take a nap.
I have a feeling it's going to be the same there. So we're doing Shakeout Run not this Friday, not opening ceremony Friday, but what Friday, Meg, are we doing?
August 9th.
So here, listen to this. So this is also part of the Move Your Mind tour. It just happens to be during the Olympics.
It's
So
the finale.
it's the finale. And guess who's going to be there? Besides us.
I mean, I already know. Do you actually want me to guess? It's like a trick.
Let me see if you do know.
Kafuzi,
Yeah?
Sidious Mag,
Yeah?
Dina Castor.
She probably will be there, yeah.
That's
Wait,
it.
there's
You
like
got
No,
one
it.
other.
Feathers.
Oh yeah, I just put her
I
under
know.
our
I
team.
put her with our team too, but she deserves a marquee.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Carl, Robbie, and Megan and myself.
Yeah, the whole crew.
It's going to be insane.
We're going worldwide.
And if you looked at our story today, this will be a couple days late. Maybe I'll put it back up on Friday. But if you look at our story right now while we're talking, which would be in the past, you see we had about 100 pins made up. Special enamel pins that have the Believe Run logo with Paris. And the Believe Run logo is segmented into the French flag colors. So a very limited edition thing. I don't know if you know this about the Olympics, but people collect these enamel pins. So it's something that would be cool to have. And if you see us there, just ask for a pin and I will give them out to you guys until I have no more left.
Yep. What are you gonna be wearing?
When you mean like casually or like when we go? I'm gonna dress in like try not to look, like a complete tourist.
It always that always stresses me out.
Why does that stress you out?
I don't know.
You don't want to be spotted?
I don't know. I just feel like you just want to look good in a way.
I'm thinking short sleeve linen shirts.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. The problem is I don't have any such thing.
I have one with lemons on it. I have a black one.
See, that's nice.
I have.
You like the lemons?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I'll show it to you later.
What are you wearing, Meg?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it.
Really?
I did start looking at, I wanted to get some nice t-shirts.
Yeah.
T-shirts are insane these days. Like a plain white t-shirt, $75.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think it's all because of that guy on the Cook Show, which we started watching, by the way. This is
the bear.
Yeah, I know you guys say it's good and we're watching it. Yes, the acting is great. The storyline is pretty good, but it's miserable.
Yeah, it's super stressful. It's like the most stressful show
I
you could ever watch.
got through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You belong in a kitchen.
Yeah.
You belong as a line cook.
Yes, chef.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked because it reminded me about working in a restaurant, but that I still don't have to do it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Just the stress of
The smell.
the stress, the smell. Oh yeah, the smell.
Well,
Sitting out back by a dumpster
it's
on a
not
milk
just-
crate.
You still do that.
Yeah, that's probably where my love of dumpsters came from.
It's not just the stress of the work environment, though. It's like the family drama and it's all very intense.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Like there's no relief, there's no happiness. Even when they have success, it's not like you're like, oh, let's. I think that's why shows like, what was the show with the guys who are living in Los Angeles?
Sorry, I got
It's got the black lung pop.
it's like something back with.
What was the show where they all lived together with Johnny?
Yeah.
And
Why am I forgetting this? This is crazy.
Entourage.
Entourage.
So Entourage, that's the kind of show that I enjoy where they come up with a problem every week.
Yeah. It's
They
a feel good show.
Figure it out, and everybody's happy, and things get better.
Yeah.
This show is like I kept waiting for that, and it just never happened.
But it also makes you keep watching it because you're like, okay, something good's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it just ended with
It's like
to be continued.
very small successes,
Yeah.
but met with even more bigger crippling failures. Dude, I bought this crazy tie-dye Olympic tee that off of eBay.
Let me see it. I got Megan a special thing off of Instagram this week.
You
Waiting
keep
for it to
saying that,
come.
but
I don't know why you can't see it's from the 96 Atlanta Olympics.
I have a 96 Atlanta.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. Mine's not tie-dyed like that, though.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, no, mine, Paul Lang and I have the
You had
exact
the
same.
Abercrombie one?
Yeah, the green one.
yeah.
I might get one from them as well. I like the Sydney one.
I didn't see the Sydney one.
It's like a black one. But because you brought them, you were like, Abercrombie actually has cool stuff now. And I like looked at their website. They do.
Yeah.
Like they're not who I remember them as.
No, they totally rebranded.
And they
It's
have a
actually pretty
woman
sweet.
running the whole thing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, my son, like we went in when we were in Charleston and my son got a McLaren t-shirt
Yeah.
that he was like in love with. I also, the linen shirt that I got is from there.
Yeah.
And you know those white pants I was wearing in Italy,
Yeah.
which I'll probably wear
Yeah, I
in
like
Paris?
them.
Those are Abercrombie.
Yeah. So I might have to maybe pick something up just to look a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Also, I'm learning how to tie neckerchiefs and
All right.
might be bringing my
shit.
cowboy hat.
Okay. I don't know about that.
The cowboy hat would be perfect for spectating because it'll keep the sun off you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay.
You know what? Go for it. Represent. Let's go all in on America.
Yeah. It's a Stetson.
I like that. We should talk about real quick, like what's happening with grit, because people are doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, let's get a grit update.
By the way, if you are a grit participant, the swag will be going out like today for shipments. Whenever
Wait,
this
did Helen
podcast
get
comes
the
out.
big? Did she get the big shipment? I know
No.
she got the
It's
little one.
Well, this should be coming.
Today or tomorrow,
Today or
yeah. So
tomorrow.
they'll be shipped out this week. So by the time this podcast comes out, they're on their way.
It'll start. Being
Yeah, they're
shipped.
starting.
And
So-
we promise this will be the latest you'll ever get your swag.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, there's really nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be here.
But if
and
you
it
think
wasn't.
about it like a race, it's kind of like your finisher's swag.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's coming.
I get
at
it.
the
Some
finish.
people wanted it.
Yeah.
It's just different. Yeah, different preferences. But all that to say, some of the people running grit are putting up some like wild numbers. So first place is a female, Rachel Kennedy, in Florida. Imagine running in Florida.
No.
And I think she's doing most of the stuff outside. 445 miles so far.
Crazy.
That's insane.
There's still a week left. So she's probably going to win it. And because I remember, I think she won one other year or came in second. And then there's, dude, I still don't understand how this is possible. There's someone from Hagerstown. She's always in the top 5 and she's run 378 miles, 90,000 feet of elevation.
That's
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Dude.
I mean, I guess when you rack up that many miles.
And then another guy who runs a Believe Run Club, I think he was in Italy for the first 2 weeks running in the Alps or whatever.
Casual.
And he has 85,000 feet of elevation
That's insane.
and only
Wild.
250 miles. So
Wait, 85?
yeah,
Can you look up mine to see how many? Because I never run hills as much as we have this grit since we
did
were.
you put in all your mileage?
Yeah, I have everything in there right now.
4,300.
4,300. So it's double.
No, it's
No,
20 times.
Oh, I thought you said 8,000.
85,000.
Oh, that's a lot more.
And he did most of that. He had 80,000 in the first 2 weeks of grit.
Yeah, that's
So like,
crazy.
I think he's back in the U.S. now, so maybe or took a break. So like,
Okay, so
Dude.
you heard Carl and myself complaining about just going up that one. That wasn't part of grit though. That was before grit, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
it was, and that was what 2,000 feet of elevation.
yeah,
Yeah.
not even.
I can't. Yeah, that's like this 4,000 seems like a lot, and that includes the 2 mountains we ran up in California.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, like I remember when we first did the elevation challenge for grit a few years ago, and I was like, I think I asked John Ober if because we did the
Yeah,
Everest,
Everest
thing. I was like,
challenge,
is
yeah.
that too much for 1 month? It was 30,000 feet.
And we had people who did it
Apparently
like
not.
3 times.
Yeah. I think the record before this was 100,000 for
Was
the
that
month.
Pat Blair?
Yeah, or Pat, or
Is Pat participating this year?
he is not.
Because he's normally like just crushes.
Yeah, I think when he did it over a marathon a day, that one grit, I
It
think
broke him.
Broken.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, his club, the Something for the Cure.
Yeah, Adventures for the Cure. They're nuts.
Yeah, I think they're at the top of the
Psychos.
leaderboard right now.
They always, yeah.
What's
They're
it? Can you
Crazy.
give us a leaderboard of the clubs?
Team results. Yeah, they're first. Adventures for the Cure. Fuzi Run Club is second, which is embarrassing. Faster Bastards is third, and Believe Run Club is fourth.
I haven't logged my miles. I guess I should do that.
Yeah.
Burke's Beast is fifth.
Meg, you got to log your miles.
I
'cause
know.
You will probably single-handedly put us in second
Yeah, you
place.
can't be sandbagging.
It's not on purpose.
I know.
I'll do it.
For me, I didn't log until we were out in California, and that one guy was like, "You guys only run 28 miles," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"I haven't logged my miles. I better log them."
I know. I didn't log mine, but behind by a little bit.
The problem also becomes trying to remember what was the last one you logged.
So you
then
just
have to
log
go-
in and look at it.
Yeah, but that's
there's a date.
Yeah, you're good at that stuff.
Okay.
Just look at
All right, thinking about the fall. I always try to rush time. Like, I'm always thinking, what's next? What's going to be happening next? When are we going to get there? I can't wait till the fall where the temps are cooler. And then before you know it, I'm complaining that we're in the middle of winter and that the temps are too cold and it's bad. And I start to think back to this time where I'm like, geez, I wish I could just be running in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt instead of loading up with like 20 layers and all that stuff. So my point is, let's just be thankful for where we are, what we have. If you're running a little slower, if it feels a little harder in the heat, just suck it up and think about how nice it is to be able to run in just a pair of shorts or, less gear. And even though you get home and you're soaking wet from the sweat, just hydrate, get some electrolytes back in, get that protein going, and know that, again, this is the work that will make your fall runs and races all that much better. So, see you next week.
We've been talking about sleep and how we're getting it, kind of doing our best, but it helps.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard because the heat from this weather, just like if you're on the top floor of the house, depending on
what if you have one of
living
those beds
situation.
where it air conditions your bed?
Dude, I don't have all the bed stuff that you guys got.
But what you do have
I do have.
is a Lagoon pillow.
I do.
We all have them. We all love them.
I even have a travel one.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're bougie like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is
It
nice.
looks like the Trump pillow.
That's-
It's a little bigger.
I mean, they're missing out.
It's a little bigger.
Yeah.
Lagoon, you should make a little Trump pillow.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, we love our Lagoon pillows. Thomas even has a travel one because he needs to travel with it. But you can go on to lagoonsleep.com/believe, and there's a button on there to take a quiz, and then you explain your sleep style, if you sleep on your back, and hot, cold, whatever, and then they populate a pillow perfect for you.
Nice. I'm gonna go take that quiz again just because I like taking quizzes.
You think you'll get a different answer?
Yeah, kind of like a personality test when you
you've
give
grown.
the answers to say what you want to be in your life. Yeah. I'm not a side sleeper, but I wish I were.
I'm on my stomach.
Anyway, you should just be honest in this quiz. Go take it, get the pillow for you. And then if you go to lagoonsleep.com/believe and then use the code believe at checkout, you'll save 15%.
So, Robbie, are you a side sleeper? How do you sleep?
Actually, I think I'm I think I'm a stomach sleeper.
Yeah, what
Definitely
about-
not a back sleeper.
I'm a back sleeper.
Really?
For like most of the
I don't know how
time.
people do that.
You're mostly a side sleeper.
Okay. I don't know. I start on my back, I guess.
Yeah.
I just imagine like sleeping on my back. It's like almost like you're giving in to like you're practicing for death or something.
This is it.
I do that. I do the sarcophagus.
The old mummy. Yeah.
Any way you sleep, there's a pillow for you. So check it out.
All right.
Let's talk about this shoe.
Anyways.
Yeah?
All right.
This is the Nike
This is the Nike Deja Vu.
Pegasus Plus.
Yeah. Not. We like to call it the Turbo 3 because it is.
Yeah.
And people who are going to say that the Nature was the Turbo 3 are incorrect. The Nature stuff shouldn't even count towards anything. There was not an Alpha Fly. Nature was not a shoe you could run in.
Garbage does not count as shoes.
What I really feel bad about was Robbie he had never tried the Alpha Fly. The first Alpha Fly he ever tried was the Alpha Fly Nature. And you were like, I don't get it.
I actually, it wasn't too bad, but I mostly relegated that to going to concerts so I could see over top of people.
Which it worked well for.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to run in it, right? People don't run it. You never saw.
I did see people run it, and it came apart on some people.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't see anybody at races.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of people trying to do it, and it this midsole disintegrated after 50 miles.
All right.
Because it was just glued together, trash
particle
Zoomax.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the most popular shoes, I would say it was a diehard fan shoe. So the people who liked it so much was the Turbo, the original one. I'm holding it here. Unfortunately, if you're just listening, you can't see it. But they styled the new version to look almost identical. It is a nice modernization of the design. It looks really nice. You've got a fly knit upper, beautifully done. Like as far as the open weaving and the tighter weaving. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it looks fantastic. You've got a full, instead of before you had a layer of Zoom X and a layer of React foam. Now it's just a solid layer of Zoom X.
As far as we can tell.
Yeah. And, it looks like if you look at it, Robbie, it looks a little more beefed up
It does,
than this one. But it's funny. I ran in the old one a month or two ago just to see if it still had, if it's still as fond of memory as I thought.
Yeah.
And I think the React actually helps that one with some of the cushioning, where the full Zoom X, you get a lot more ground feel in this one, I feel like.
You did run in the first turbo?
Mm-hmm. Both of them, Turbo 1 and 2.
No, I mean, have you run in this one?
Yeah, recently.
Recently?
Yeah. I put this one back on about a month ago. Went for a run. When they first saw it, they were announcing that they were going to bring this back. I was like, I wonder if that still feels like I remember it to feel. And it still feels good. Still feels light. There's some things I like about the original version that I like better than the old version. There's some things about the new version I like a lot.
I feel like the upper feels like a big update. Like it's more comfortable. I remember that initial racing stripe made my foot bleed. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one did not. That's nice.
They replaced the fly wire with kind of just like a felt saddle on the inside. Mm-hmm. And the original one has like that booty tongue where it goes down over the whole front.
Uh-huh.
Like there's the two layers, the engineered mesh over top and the fly wire. I kind of like the fly wire. I kind of miss the fly wire in the new one.
Okay. Do you guys feel like the Zoom X in this shoe feels like the Zoom X in the race shoes?
No.
Yeah, it's so much softer, right?
Is that because it's missing a plate?
Maybe that's all it is.
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out.
It just feels different.
Feels squishy.
Yeah.
It's definitely squishy. My problem with this one is I felt that when I'm running in it, I got a ton of ground feel in the front.
Yeah, I feel the same. And
the heel feels great. I wish I'm guessing that this is a typical Nike 10 millimeter drop. If you had taken this and made it a 4 millimeter drop and moved some of that into the forefoot of the shoe, I think I would have liked it better. It's a personal preference. This does feel more like a traditional runner, and you get up like the ground feel, the flexibility of the midsoles, very flexible. But like for longer distance, like once I got over 6 miles, I started really feeling.
Yeah. I did a long run in it. Like I said, it was okay, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't be my choice. What I like about it, it's very lightweight. Like it feels
9.4 ounces for my size, 10 and a half. I think that's
pretty
260 or something.
That's pretty light.
Yeah, I mean, that's on the lighter end, especially what we've been getting lately.
Yeah, I mean, that's under 9. I mean, that's under 9 ounces for size 9. But so it feels light underfoot, easy to pick up the pace, but it just doesn't, I don't know what separates it from anything else in the $180 range, which is how much it costs. So I don't know.
I like this better than the Pegasus, I think.
The newest
I would
Pegasus?
I would choose this over
the 41.
Yeah.
I would agree with you there. There's certain things I like about it. Traditional running shoe. It has that traditional feel. Mm-hmm. It looks traditional. I think that maybe if you were doing say that you were somebody who's running 5 miles at a time, I think this would be a phenomenal shoe. Just for gobbling up those types of runs.
I also think people who prefer the ground feel are going to enjoy the shoe.
Yeah, the people who are complaining that everything's stacked too high.
Yeah, they'll love this shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I guess I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the Invincible at all. I didn't try the Streak Fly.
I liked the Streak Fly.
Pegasus, I'm like, whatever. Maybe I just only love the Vaporfly.
Yeah, the Streak Fly is just the Zoom X foam as well with a shank in it. But the feeling of that one is specific. It's a 5K, 10K shoe, so you're really not supposed to be running like over
Does this
6K in it.
Does this feel like a beefed up Streak Fly?
Yeah, I would say it does. But the thing is, I don't know I don't know why this one feels so thin under the forefoot to me. But that's where
I felt the same. So yeah, I don't know, because it's not like it's a low stack or anything.
No, and my foot though, I did like it's too squishy. I think so that you compress it and you feel the ground.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great quality shoe. I think it looks good. I think everything, all the stuff is right. It's just not my preference anymore. I need more cushioning under the forefoot. Like it, especially once I was reaching like 8 miles and above. This thing's just felt sort of flat, and it surprisingly, Nike's been known to almost have too much arch support in some of their shoes.
Yeah.
And this one has 0 arch support, so I felt like you're just landing on a soft foam without any support.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Although the arch support is actually kind of bothersome to me in the other shoe. Like the Alpha Fly, I love to feel that, but I don't think I could run a marathon because I always get arch pain from after doing stuff in it, like longer runs.
And that's the thing. I could probably make this a really nice shoe by using an insert with an arch support. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, we're modifying the shoe at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, it's not a bad shoe. I'm just not sure that it's...
It's interesting because one of my knocks against the Ultra Boost 5 is the weight, because it's like right around 11 ounces. But when I run in it, they beefed up the forefoot of that shoe. So I'm like, oh, it feels pretty good. There's other things with that shoe that are an issue for me, but it's like, okay, they modernized the ride of the shoe to get to what people want now. And I like that this stayed kind of like true. Like if you like the original Turbo and you're dying for that, you're going to get that feeling from this. I do think that the React helped give a little less ground feel than this one's going to have with a just straight Zoom X. But
and it's super loud.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Like it's like the hollow sound of the foam.
Yeah.
Clop,
it's,
clop, clop, clop.
People will hear you coming from a mile away.
So this is supposed to come out August 8th, $180. So you guys can get it and let us know what you think.
All right, so that wraps it up for the week. For those of you who are new to the show and thought you were getting a Nike Zoom X Pegasus Plus review and you had to listen to an hour of stuff before we got there, welcome to the drop.
We'll see you again next week.
All right, thanks for tuning in.
I'm